1.99% financing is ending. You've got what, 3 or 4 days left at this point. So don't make this mistake if you're looking to lock in this offer of 1.99% financing, especially on the Model Y rear wheel drive. Right now, 1.99% financing is available on the Model Y rear wheel drive and all wheel drive. But there is one thing you have to be aware about. So please don't make this mistake, especially if you're looking for the all-wheel drive Tesla Model Y. And that is that you've got 3 or 4 days left at this point to lock in your order. And this is the important part, and your credit application. You have to submit it, you have to fill it out, and you have to get it in before the 16th, which is, I guess, at like Monday at this point, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So definitely be sure to be aware about this. But I mean, I'm also a little bit loose. I mean, that's at least what some of the Tesla reps have said. You have to lock it in with a credit application. But at the same time, I could easily see this getting pushed all the way to the 30th, especially because as we take a look at inventory, Tesla Model Y inventory has been on the up and up. So let's go through some of the best deals that I found out there for Model Ys in terms of the best discount. Spoiler alert, it's not really that great. Like there's $500 to $1,000 off. It could get better, and it definitely can get better, and hopefully it does by the end of this month. But in terms of, are we going to be able to stack any of these? Maybe, because like I could easily see Tesla extending the all-wheel drive 1.99% offer all the way to the end of the month, and then with that, usually there is an inventory dump of demo status vehicles, which usually has a bigger discount, and hopefully we could see that by the end of the month. And here's some of the incentives that are out there, especially for the Model Y, that you might be able to get on your Tesla vehicle. Here's an interesting post from the Clown World in which he was able to stack, of course, the 7,500 federal tax credit, the Oregon state rebate, which, if you didn't know, there's actually plenty of state incentives out there. And so if you're looking to, I guess here's a good website, EVs for all. Here's a quick tip, like if you don't know what your state level incentives are, or even community level incentives are, like local utility or whatever, here's a great website called EV or Electric for All, where you can just put in your zip code right here, and then you can see what incentives might be eligible. Like there's some incentives like in our area that our utility company is giving to us. And so certainly there could be a lot out there. So just quick tip for you with that. There's a $2,000 loyalty bonus if you had a older Tesla Model Y, which is kind of funny because I did have an older Tesla Model and I do qualify for that one. So, interesting. And on top of that, we've got the $1,000 military discount or America's Heroes discount, which a lot of people can qualify for because it is a simple verify with ID me. With you just have to be you have to be related to maybe even one of these sources, and very, very, very easy to get. I actually just did this pretty recently. And of course, there's the Lyft incentive as well, which is also very easy to get. Well, let's jump into some of the biggest discounts that are out there. There actually are still launch series Tesla Model Ys at this point. You can see $1,220 off a launch series long range all wheel drive, which I guess this might be the only one in the actual country that I could find. And of course, it is also the biggest Model Y discount at 1,220. We've got another vehicle right here, a long range all wheel drive in terms of getting into the non-launch series. This one is $1,100 off. This is the biggest inventory discount I could find. If you find one in your area that's bigger, let me know. I'd love to see whatever deals that you guys can score, because at some point during this month, there will be bigger and more demo inventory drops. And so if you guys can lock one down like $2,000 to $3,000 off, that would be a better deal, especially because some of these demo vehicles aren't necessarily the best in terms of mileage. Like $2,116, maybe not the best in terms of, like, I would at least want 1-for-1 in terms of mileage per dollar discount. And this one is pretty high. I mean, all of these are relatively high. 2,000 for $1,000 discount, 2,000 miles for $1,000 discount. You can see the list doesn't really get too exciting here. So I'm not sure I would be interested in any of these. But the one thing is for sure, if you're going to be buying a new Tesla Model Y or any Tesla vehicle, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. And here's a list of all the different incentives that are out there. We talked about a handful of these earlier, and a lot of these do stack with each other, but America's Heroes and the Lyft Driver program do not stack with each other. So just be aware about that. Another thing, I know a lot of you out there are about to buy a Tesla and you might have a vehicle that you want to trade in or that you want to sell. And that's where you guys know Chip. Chip was on our podcast where we did a podcast with Chip, a couple different episodes. And Chip is looking to buy your vehicle, your old vehicle, and he's looking to give you maximum value. And so there's a lot of places you can sell your vehicle, but I would say go give Chip a try as well. There's a form down below. And of course, just put Dennis Deal so he knows where you're coming from. And you can buy, he's in Tennessee. So if you're in that general area, or if it's East Coast or Central, it's going to make a lot more sense for that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking in terms of Robotaxi hype. Tez Bros, one of our friends, also released a sticker. So if you want to put a Robotaxi sticker on your Tesla Model Y and join all the hype, you can do that as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're planning on financing your Tesla. Then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up: my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data like your addresses, phone numbers from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it, and you should too.